Right, today we'll be going over the viggen and its INU system. As well as this, we'll be doing a demonstration flight of the loft bombing to show how or why it's important to keep these things so well aligned in the viggen. So, we'll start off with the controls we'll need today. So, starting off with the sort of kneeboard side of things, be right shift K, bring your kneeboard, probably know about, kneeboard page up and down, and also select data cartridge up and down. I suggest you change that to something like this. Um, Next, on the HOTAS side of things, you'll need T1 fix. This starts your alignment. Sorry, my bad. This enables you to slew around the cursor, like in a, say, Hornet T-pod, or change to SPI. T0 fix. This basically resets the or cancels T1. So if you move or press it by accident, you revert back to its current position, just do that. It cancels the alignment. And also TV fix. This is like target lock basically in the viggen. Updates the INS point. So one more, which I really suggest most people do, and I know most people don't do it, is a reference button. This is a INU point quick update for the current runway you're sitting on. It just aligns everything more precisely. So, going off that, I'm going to be attacking this column here. So, how do you throw down waypoints? Well, you first select mark labels, find a nice area to fly over. For me, it's going to be this. Come on. There you go. Why no work? Oh, let's put that in 3 now. There you go. So, B1. Oh, looks like my previous attempt has already been here. There you go. Next, this bit, B2. B is a waypoint in the viggen, and M, which will be the next point, is the attack point or mark point, as I remember it, M3. So we want that data to be pulled across into the aircraft now. So what I suggest at this point is you go standby for your nav mode. This locks the gyros, so whilst you're taxiing, they don't become misaligned whilst you're braking, turning, yawing, and all that. And pull out your data cartridge, bring it to kneeboard, pin the first page, I suggest. Go to ground crew settings. You can pin this as well if you want. Find your data cartridge by data cartridge select increase and decrease. It's in alphabetical order, so it should be quite easy to find. Look at your watch or whatever, make sure that's the right time, and make sure that's the right amount of targets you have. Put down on the F10 map, then go ref Lola on your flight management computer in 90. Oh, my bad. Throw in the data cartridge first. Cancel that. 9099. Oh, 9099. My bad. Enter it with TO. There you go. That's all loaded in. The fuel gauge has now changed. You might notice the range to the first waypoint hasn't really moved. That's because we're in landing and taking off mode at the moment. So, waypoint 1, it's in Swedish miles, so that's about right. Waypoint 2, that's also good. And waypoint 3 should be a marked point, which is correct. Back to takeoff mode, and we can start rolling out at this point. However, we are going to be using dumb bombs, so we need to work out QFE. Luckily, we don't need to. So our first page I put the little marker down on, our attack point M1 will automatically give us the QFE. So put in this to, or right click, and bring it to 984, that's it. Out there. And this can go to our current landing position. That's left click on the standby. And that's good. We can start taxiing out. Will join me on the runway. So, join me just before I enter the runway. So, what do? Make sure you're in LS, and then you can start lining up. So, what I usually do is I go to manual radio at this point and tune into AUAX or whatever it may be on SRS. line yourself up. You might notice the hood's still off. We're not, still in standby. So, fully aligned, we're on the center line, and we're pretty bang on right there. So we'll go to nav for mode selector, and we'll press reference. What that does is you can probably see the 07 of the runway moved a little bit to the right. That's just the aircraft doing a quick INU point update. And that is that. So, go over a little bit of symbology. We have these two vertical lines here. If I give it a little tiny bit of speed, you'll know, see we have 3 points, or 3 lines. That is your rotation indicator. As well as that, you'll have your rotation index up here. That's where you put the witch's hat to get the best rotation without a tail strike. As well as that, I usually put passive mode on at this point, and also turn my radar on and give it a bit of contrast. At this point, I'm going to go to pressure ratio of 2, let it hold, and then stage 3. Airspeed is alive. Approach and rotation. And rotate. Nice and gentle. Trying to keep it in the rotation box. And pulling up gear. Once the gear is all the way up, all the lights have gone off, it will automatically go to waypoint 1. So get to 500 kilometers an hour, we get stage 1. And raising the glass on. So, back to you once we're en route to the first waypoint update. So, we're approaching the first waypoint here, called B1. Just skimming over these trees. We're 10 kilometers away, so we're going to use the radar to update the first waypoint. So, gonna zoom her in. I'm sure you know how to do this with the radar. And we'll then find it on the radar. So it looks like the radar hasn't, or the waypoint hasn't moved much since the input. So I'm going to press TV1 fix, or sorry, T1 fix. Slew it around if I need to. For me, it's pretty bang on. So then I'm going to press TV fix, like so. You notice it's because I was quite close. It's automatically gone to B2. I'm going to turn over to B2 now. 6G turn. Now for B2, it's going to be an overfly. So I'm going to make sure my passive mode is on, so I don't lose the radar indicator. I'm then going to turn the radar off. So if the radar or the passive was off, it would turn off completely. So I get some information in passive to show where it actually is. So just checking out the windows, trying to find where it is. I can see it at this point. Drop the nose down, bring that over. We're also going to get the weapons ready for the attack. Again, I'm going to press T1. This goes to E. Ready for the overfly, the TV fix. Overflying it now, TV fix. It's gone straight to M3, so I'm going to speed up now. I'm going to turn the radar back on to front mode. Just speeding up at this point. And we'll stop the loft. They've all come off. Starts throwing out some countermeasures. Looking over, see if we got anything at all. Some nice little hits there. I know it's gone a bit long, so break away now. And we'll fly to our nearest landing point where we can go to. So it's automatically gone to L1. Sorry. So say we wanted to go to a different waypoint or airfield. So it'll be Kataisi here. So bring up my kneeboard, be page number 3 or 4. My bad. There you go. And Kataisi. We'll go right shift page up. Oh, yep, Kataisi is 9014. So ref Lola in 9014. And throw that into our landing. Go current position and out. Go landing target. Oh, my bad. Just go 1. L1 is now present. Turn radar back to normal mode. You'll notice we have a line on our radar. So this is the runway heading, and that is the runway selected. So just looking out the window at this point, see if we can see it. There it is. So I'm now going to configure the jet for landing. So pull the reverser out. Go to nav landing. We'll go visual landing. The which is at is now separated. We're too quick, that's what it's trying to say there. So we're just going to sort of overshoot it and then do an S turn to line ourselves up. So, like so. Aiming for the overshoot. There's the overshoot. There's the first S turn. A couple blurts out of the AOA indicator. And the second turn. And flip the gear down now. Still a little bit quick, so letting it gently come down. Adding a bit of power now, blowing the hood. And almost up military power here. Should be able to get this taxiway. And that's it. Just going to do a little turn here. We'll go over one thing. So if you want to, say, change a waypoint into a mark point, all you have to do is say waypoint 2, for our example. You want to change it into an attack point, you just go tact in 9. And then select the point you want to make an attack point, so is waypoint 2, and B now turns to M. If you want to change that back to a normal waypoint, you just press 0 and then waypoint 2. That changes waypoint 2 back to a waypoint. That works for any waypoint. And that's it really when it comes to the INU system in the viggen. It's quite simple, but it's incredibly important to keep it updated with correct information, the correct pressures as you saw. So I hope that helped.